It's a lovely day near this municipal recycling centre, just the sort of weather for a good mudlarking adventure. So welcome to this video, one and all. Today I plan to start at a small beach below a weir, and then follow the river down about a mile past a railway viaduct to another beach. First find is a ceramic bottle or jug or barrel stopper. I'm not sure if I'm right or wrong, by all means let me know. A piece of milk glass with a flower pattern in relief upon it. A small stick which looked like something more interesting, and some river glass. And a large stone circle. That's a huge glass rim. I have found something similar before, but this is still quite impressive. I don't think I've seen an intact bottle or jar with a rim like this, not even in a museum. A piece of a pot, nicely worn. There's a lot of glass gathered in the centre here. Can't see any that's particularly interesting though. Last time I came to this beach was summer last year, and it was something like 5 times the size because the river was very low and there were thousands of baby fish sheltering in the shallows. My girlfriend swam in the river and I mooched around the beach finding things. It was a lovely afternoon. A piece of mirror glass. A piece of cable. I don't think it's got a copper core, but I'll take it anyway and put it in the bin. It looks like most of the original mill is gone, but the weirs were built to survive and some of them will probably outlast the human race. a little piece of bone. I shall leave it. And a plug socket plate, which I shall take. There wasn't much on that first beach. Perhaps I took all the interesting things last summer, but I didn't mudlark any way down river then, so hopefully there'll still be good things to find. The broken top of what was probably a ginger beer bottle. Oh, a nice piece of opaque green glass. Some rubbish which I'll pick up before moving on. That's a nice little piece of blue and white pattern. An unusual shape. It's like the hinge portion of a bivalve shell, but it's definitely pottery, so perhaps part of a figurine. I'll take it. I think this is the heating element from a kettle. I'll probably take it and scrap it. Oh, okay, a craft knife. It looks too rusted to use, so scrap too. It's amazing how much scrap metal there is in this river. This wire at least I can use. It gets a bit deeper here, soon it'll be too deep for my wellies. Maybe I should get some waders. When the river runs straight, it doesn't drop as much as when it turns, and this is a long straight stretch, so I may as well take the path. Walking along the bank or in the water is far more energy intensive, and I'm still ill with a chest infection, so I'm taking things easier today. pretty sure that was a cormorant, and here is just about as far from the ocean as it's possible to get in the UK, so they're quite an uncommon sight here. It dove down, and it either hasn't come up yet or it came up quite a way away from its dive point, and I don't know where. I've just come across this toad, which seems to be immobile in the middle of a path. Maybe it's having a little sunbathe, or maybe it's croaked mid-step. Yep, I think that sadly it's died. I can't see it breathing. That's a shame. This area has recently been developed into an industrial park, and they've decided that this small area beside the river is going to be fenced off as a wildlife reserve, and the whole damn place kind of belonged to the wildlife before. So just downriver there are some beaches that look promising on Google Earth, and I'm going to have to find a way across the nature reserve, hopefully not disturbing the creatures too much. Okay, the front piece of a car. I think it's from a Volvo, and I'm wondering if it was thrown up on the bank by the river last time it flooded, or actually dumped here. Probably the former, I think. A nice little piece of copper, not sure what it's from. Looks perhaps like a pipe diameter conversion piece. I'm not sure such a thing exists. Interesting step construction for an outlet for a little stream. Just some bare copper. That's a bridge up there to the new industrial park, and what a magnificent and strange weir. It's tiered and angled, and there's an island in the middle of the river with more weir on the other side of it. I don't think the camera zoom is good enough to see clearly, but there's a group of Canada geese grazing the step below the top of the weir. There's certainly things to find here. I'll have to tune my eyes to spot them though. It's a really big piece of ceramic. Looks like a spool of some kind. A piece of an old wine bottle. I'm going to start a pile. Just some fiberglass. Oh, that's nice. A piece of pearlescent glass. And some pipe stem. And some insulated copper wire. I'll take it if I can find the pile. A piece of a tile, not very interesting. This is, I think, just some rubber hose. I'll remove it. Another piece of pearlescent glass. And what's this? It's a plain white plate which somehow survived to tumble over for weir. I'll let the river bugs have it, they seem to like it more than I do. Take the plastic and leave the broken glass to break some more. It'll be sea glass by the time it reaches the North Sea. Another piece of pipe stem. Oh wow, glad I didn't cut myself. I'll take this out, I don't want it cutting any wildlife. Nicely worn part of a lid, possibly from a biscuit barrel. Part of an old ceramic electrical plug. There's a little bit of pattern and... oh wow, a car key. Oops. I am surprised by how often I find car keys in the river. Are they leftovers discarded after cars have been stolen, or dropped by fishermen maybe? A small bit of polystyrene. It gets everywhere that it shouldn't, this stuff. Quite a nice geometric pattern on this piece of pottery. I like it and I'll take it. Some more pipe stem. Too much in my hand now, time for another pile. Another piece of blue and white. Interesting piece of ceramic, looks like a handle to something. Ah, that's a glass rod. Might be coloured glass too. A carbon core from an old and quite large battery. Oh, a very worn looking vulcanised rubber bottle stopper. Looks like it has writing on it. Thomas Brothers, Elland. So a very local one. Elland is a mile downriver from here. Okay, looks like part of a base from a food mixer. It's mostly plastic, so I'll remove it, put it in the bin at home. Oh, that's interesting. Another barrel stopper maybe? And another piece of pipe stem. Looks like part of an old kerosene lamp. strange piece of ceramic, is it a barrel stopper or something else entirely? If you know, please comment. I think that this is either very worn or very old. I'll take it and try to get an identification for it. Some more keys, or what's left of them. They've rusted away and the plastic remains intact. Looks like an aluminium saucepan. Unusual shape, probably came with a twin so that 2 pots could cook on one hob. I'll take it and melt it down one day into a sculpture. Just a small steel washer. Okay, for some reason I don't really expect to find pencil erasers in a river, but this is the second one I've found in these videos. Oh, a fan. It's quite heavy, got quite a bit of copper in it, but heavy. Don't know if I'll take it yet. I have a long way to walk back to the car. A plastic bottle, much lighter and recyclable. That tarpaulin, or whatever it is, looks too big to deal with today. I don't like leaving it, but I don't have much choice. Another ceramic round thing. I think this is the most likely to be a stopper out of all the similar things I've found today. A piece of copper sheet, looks like it folded around something, like a book cover. Just going to have a look at the edge of this field. It looks like there might be a stream there. Yep, a nice little stream in a deep little gully. Don't think the camera will see, but there's a beach downriver with some fishermen on it. Might be a good start point for another video one day. I can't see any pottery or glass in the stream, so probably not interesting enough to explore on film. And this, I think, is as far as I will go today. So after a long walk back, filling up the bag with litter as I went, then a drive, a clean up and a nice warm shower, it's time for a roundup. And although I didn't find a huge amount on this outing, there were a few interesting finds. As always, there was river glass and pottery sherds, at least one potentially interesting piece, and lots that I can probably use one day in crafts. I'm afraid that I lost the first one of these that I found. I think I left it on the first beach. I have looked online for barrel bungs similar to these things, but I couldn't find anything similar, so please, if anyone knows what they are, do let me know in the comments section. Thomas Brothers of Elland were brewers and bottlers around 1910, working out of an establishment called The Cross, which was probably built near the site of an old carved stone cross, mentioned in records from the 17th century, but likely dating from much earlier. I don't have a clue what this thing was. It looks to be made of either stone or concrete and has a square hole that doesn't go all the way through. Suggestions, anyone? On this outing I found 2 fishing lures and a small container of lead weights. I do always find lead in the river, but this is a first. This is a curious little thing. It's a washer made of wax. I asked my brother if he could think of what it was for, and he suggested that it's part of an old safety cut-off system. So if whatever it was in a fire, the wax would melt, allowing a spring to expand and create or break a circuit. It's hard to imagine how it survived being in the river. I think this copper spoon I found was once silver-plated, although there is no sign whatsoever of any silver remaining. If it was just copper, it would be a fairly rare thing, so I think it's more likely that it was silver-plated. I found a few more little jug baggies, just like in the last video. There is a lot of drug use around here. I don't have anything against it, but I do wish that they wouldn't chuck plastic into the river. I think this little piece of copper tube was part of a vintage lipstick. It's still got a bit of a glass inner tube inside it. Do let me know if I'm wrong. I of course found lots of scrap and rubbish. This is just a small fraction of what I brought home. Lots of cans, plastics, lots of wire, some polystyrene, and sadly lots more that I couldn't really carry and had to leave. Regardless of the rubbish and a few of the unusual fantastic finds, I had a lovely outing. And I do love wandering aimlessly about in the river in the sunshine looking for old things. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, then please do like, share, comment, subscribe, whatever you're comfortable with. It all helps to grow the channel. Thanks very much for watching, and for now, goodbye.